In most cases, I think the word perfect is considered a relative term because that distinction is all within the eye of the beholder. But when clouds of caddis fill the air and endless pools of trout are rising, I can't think of anything better. So, to any and all out there watching, I might dare to say that this was a perfect night. So far, we've inched our way through Iowa and worked our way up to Wisconsin, but on this late afternoon, it was time to make that trifecta and mosey my way on up to Minnesota. And it's pretty crazy to think that from Blake's farm, I can access the best parts of any side of the Driftless in an hour or less. So, as I continue to pass small ag towns moving north, I cannot help but think how lucky I was. And even though the drive would be solo this time, the fishing would not. We planned to meet at 4:30 on the dot, and at 4:29, I rolled into the access point to meet a familiar face. This is Beck. Much like a lot of the fishy folk I meet through my travels, Ryan Becker started out as a random DM on Instagram, and through various conversations back and forth over our mutual appreciation for the Driftless region and love of fly fishing, this helped spawn our first trip a few springs ago. We hit up one of his favorite honey holes in Minnesota and had an absolute blast. And that's all it took. Even when I left for New Mexico, he would always keep me updated on everything that was happening in the Driftless region. And it's always so funny to think how just one trip like this can establish a friendship that lasts a long time. So naturally, being back in his neck of the woods, I hit him up and we made something happen. A lot of the streams in the area have great easement sections that the Minnesota DNR have helped to buy up for us anglers. And the catch is that some of these easements are hard to access with all the farms dotted throughout the watersheds. So you have to hike a few miles to get the good stuff or run the risk of trespassing. And since these private landowners are extremely generous with their land to even allow anglers to fish the streams that run through them, I suggest no one trespasses. Luckily for us, tonight, Beck was very friendly with some of the locals and gained permission to access these streams through the farmer's cornfield. So we took off towards the stream and the scene was set for an absolutely gorgeous evening in the Minnesota Driftless.
God bless. Yeah, I'm already seeing them spooked there.
Yeah, so you see that bush in the middle of the...
That?
To the right. Those two right there?
Yeah.
If you can get a cast up by that shade,
Okay.
there'll be fish sitting there that won't have spook.
Ah, mother.
There. Oh!
I feel like I'm spooked. I can see him kind of spooking.
Yeah.
I can already see him spooking up to the other road.
Yeah, we can bounce up to the deep. It's tough, but when the light gets lower...
Oh, no. I have every expectation that we probably won't find fish for a little while. At least my...
Oh, you'll catch... This hole here is deep. And it's thick rapids.
I'm running... So I'm on... I think this is technically week 2.
Yeah.
Of the Driftless.
Yeah.
And so my excuse of I'm still getting used to the Driftless is like wearing thin.
Crystal clear spring creeks and bluebird days are the kiss of death to any prospecting angler. We were still riding the line between afternoon and evening, and expectations had to be tapered in a major way. Becker and I both knew that this first bit, it could be a little bit difficult, and it was just a matter of tweaking our approach and doing our best to stay out of sight.
Yeah, oh dude, I'm not even starting to sweat. Not from the fishing at least.
I know I've talked about this before, but I'd like to go over it one more time because in this afternoon part of our session, we were really feeling it hard, and that is the domino effect. So runs like these in a creek this healthy can easily hold 10 to 20 fish of all size ranges, and with this many fish, they tend to really spread out through any and all available holding water in the stream. So that many fish means a lot of eyes on every single move you make, and once one spooks, well, that's all folks. That first domino falls, and then so do the rest. In this situation, keeping a low profile is never a bad idea, and I'll oftentimes take super wide approaches before I even think about casting, but even that can sometimes not be enough. And that's why we kept a pretty quick pace for the first few hours of this trip, and When conditions are tough like this, you just gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them.
This really is a magical time to be in the Driftless. I got it. I did see, when I was getting film of that calf, I did see a caddis crawling around. I'm like, hey, yes, crawling around on the almost exactly that size. But it doesn't look like a splash of take out of caddis. You can see there's something dancing. Yeah, they're eating. Driftless trout, man, they're so spoiled. They just get to eat and eat. Nice hibernation in the wintertime and then back at it.
Seeing the fish really start to key in on the evening hatch gave us a lot of confidence that things should start turning around here soon. The shadows were growing on the left side of the bank as the sun was starting to set, and the sporadic clouds gave us a brief reprieve from the glare. Like a fishy fuse, you could just feel the entire valley was just minutes away from popping off. And spotting an extremely active pod of rising fish, playtime was now over. I turned my trout sneak levels all the way up and pulled out my best Steph Curry downtown Buster Brown casting for this next spot.
Talk about going for the yard, though. I feel like I had to cast half a county over to get to him.
Not gonna lie, that was pretty sweet to watch.
Well,
That one like ate
he like
literally
kissed
right
it.
next to
He
your
kissed it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, this is a great little fish.
Okay.
Awesome.
That was good. I see what you mean now.
That was so
The
sick.
skunk was finally off, and I managed to get a few more looks out of this hole. I was running a double dry setup with a smaller mayfly tailing a decent sized caddis. And even though I couldn't get them to stay pinned, it was a really good sign that we were getting looks at both of the flies. And I think at this point, it was safe to say that the evening bite had officially started. And working our way further up, we stopped at a particularly juicy run that Becker insisted I get first crack at. Given the set and setting, I can understand why, because this is one of his favorite runs in the section. Trying not to let him down, I managed to pick off one towards the back of the pool without spooking the more productive parts further towards the top. But after that one swam pack, I proceeded to drop the bag on a few separate occasions.
Oh no. I was just gonna say, be ready on that one. That was epic. I knew that cast was getting bit.
It just felt good. It was just like, yes, this is it.
Yeah, they hugged that bank and you wrapped it.
All right. I'm gonna back out of this one with head held low. I missed way too many. I think I need to change my flies. They're
just missing it, or?
I can't tell. A couple of them I'm connecting with, but a couple of them just bent out the hooks completely.
This is where having a fishing buddy is nice, because even though I screwed everything up, Becker knew how to successfully set the hook and proceeded to find a fantastic fish out of this run.
Oh, you ate it. That is what you want right there. Buddy. Are you kidding me? Nice zoom in of him. Incredible. Let's see him back. With a little bit of spice to him, man. Dude, that was epic. That was so cool. Wow. and he just came up and clobbered it.
Yeah. So there was one that was doing cartwheels over here.
I saw, yeah, I was seeing him over here as I was trying to cast.
Just midstream. I mean, we got all the way up to the
It's
top.
always so funny to me how there's almost a switch that goes off where the fish go from completely uninterested in any and all offerings to porpoising straight out of the water at the mere twitch of any imposter insect life. And it's like walking into a dark room and turning on the lights. The shadows started to grow long over the hills, and we got a front row seat to this switch being flipped. In every direction, the sound of a driftless evening began to echo on either side. The symphony of insects and birds, paired with a slight breeze and stream, is completely enveloping to the senses. Unfortunately, the mic will never do this siren song justice, and the lens does a real disservice to the vibrance you see all around you. As the caddis began to swarm in full force, I hope that you can take my word that this is truly amazing, and maybe you witness it yourself one day. Becker and I proceeded to catch quite a few more fish in the dwindling evening light, but each run we rolled up to showed the potential for untold numbers of fish. And between the caddis and mayfly combo we were throwing in their direction, they held no bias on which they preferred. So as the cows looked with caution and the calves stared with curiosity, it was time to leave this dream stream behind us and head back to the trucks. This incredible evening was now over.
That'll film, baby. And that's a wrap.
That's fucking got a good little clip for the few hours into the hour.
Well, howdy folks. If you are seeing this, well, that means the video is now over. And all I have to say, like always, is thank you so very much. This channel here on YouTube and really all the fly season platforms are growing so fast, and we have you to thank for that. And especially here on YouTube, I hate saying this, but the more you guys like and share, comment, subscribe, all that BS, it goes into this weird algorithm thing and it makes this channel grow. But realistically, I do enjoy talking to you guys, so leave your comments below. I love hearing what you guys think of these adventures. If you have any questions, I'd love to help. But yeah, folks, wherever you find yourself, be it in the Driftless region or in your backyard, I sure hope you're keeping those feet in the water. And until next time, tight lines.
Thank you.